So we don't have the ability to go out and look at equipment and things of that type. So we can use those videos to show that. It would be real hard since we have a component that's based in Southside and another one that's online to provide all that information. So we'll be able to do that. I hope you'll recognize as we move through the class that I prefer a level of informality. I'd like for us to be able to have discussions and questions and speak freely amongst all of us. And that is especially true with you folks at Southside. I can't see you today because of the video interruptions we've had, but I want to be able to interact with you guys just as much as I do the folks that we have here in the classroom at Patrick Henry. So, because of the way we're having to do this, don't feel like you've got a pass on that. We're going to be able to talk to one another and to continue the discussions that we have.
John, can I jump in for a second?
Please.
Is there another class in that classroom between your class and my 130? You know?
No.
Okay, because our IT people, as soon as we're done with this class, they're gonna come in here and try to do stuff. I figured to make a firewall thing on your end, but okay. Okay.
No, we've got. I think this classroom is pretty much devoted to our functions. We've got it. This had one before this, which is an HR class, a business class that I do, and then I've got this one, and then yours after that. And I don't think there's anything. There may be a class in here tonight, but that's the only things that I know about. So we're good to go.
Okay.
I had intended to try to have some introductions from everybody, but we're sort of limited. I'd like to at least see what you look like rather than to see what you sound like. So we'll probably postpone that.
They look happy.
Do they look happy?
Yes.
You got how many? 3?
Yes.
You got 3?
Yes. Okay. You know I'm a big fat liar in lie, so well.
Can you tell me about those 3 a little bit? We won't put them on the spot today. We'll wait to do that when we can see them. But give me a snapshot, Tom.
Jonathan, he's sitting there with his sunglasses on, his hat, and he's pretty much a slacker. Carolyn, she's ex-military, so we're all scared of her. And Ryan's sitting in the back, and his last name is Dalton, and we're not quite sure if he's related to Dixie or not, so we're running scared of him. That's a short.
Okay. Okay. Well, we had a speaker at our in-service last week that they brought in here out of Tennessee, and I'm sure they paid him big bucks because he made some inference to the fact that he got his start at a community college, and for that reason, whenever he visited community colleges, whenever they had him to come and speak, that he always gave them a 50% discount. So it was apparently a sizable discount. But anyway, the point of my statement, you said you got one guy sitting in the back. Our group, or the whole entire faculty, were sitting in our little auditorium, and probably 80% of the folks in the room were in the back third of the auditorium.
Uh-huh.
And when he got started, he said, this isn't going to work. He said, I'm totally changing my presentation. I'm not going to do what I intended to do. And he said, the fact that all of you sitting in the back tells me you don't respect me at all, that you don't want to be up here close to me. And he made everybody move to the front 4 or 5 rows. He was a real good speaker. I'll give him credit for that. But he took offense that folks didn't want to, be near him. So he made all sorts of derogatory comments. But anyway. So we'll kind of remember that as we move forward. But it's not uncommon for folks to try to sit in the back of my classes too. So I've got 3 folks in here right now, and Miss Rachel's missing action. We don't know where she is. She might have got tossed off a horse this weekend or something. But we got Miss Taylor, Miss Amanda Taylor that you remember from last semester.
Yes.
And we got Mr. She's just as vocal as she was last semester.
Yes, I'm overwhelmed.
And then we got Mr. Tyler Lively, who is new to us. He is interested in some ag classes. And then we got Mr. Jones, Mr. Jason Jones, who cut his first class this morning, but he made it to his second. And then, like I said, we're missing Rachel, so I don't know exactly what's happening. But looking forward to the semester. Hopefully we'll gain a little information, or you guys will. I've been playing with pesticides and so forth for a lot longer than any of you guys probably had all your ages together, as long as I've been. I remember weighing out chemicals for my dad to spray when I was 6 years old. So
Most experience I had was spraying the Christmas trees for the FFA.
why did you spray them for the FFA? You spraying them for color or insects?
We were spraying them for insects before we, a few weeks before we cut them down and made them into wreaths.
Okay. What variety of tree were you using?
I honestly don't remember the exact type. It was a short pine, only grew up to about 6 or 7 feet tall. They were still pretty young.
Okay. White pine?
Yeah, I think so. It's the kind that's indigenous to this area.
All right. Well, you got white pine and Virginia. You're probably a Virginia pine. Short needle?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Virginia pine. Yeah, yellow pine.
Magna Vista?
You were sort of garbled there. We didn't hear that.
I was asking him if he went to Magna Vista High School.
Chatham.
He went to Chatham.
Chatham.
He's-
Wow. All right.
he's-
I actually, I'm teaching out here south side, but I live a whole lot closer to Patrick Henry. A whole lot closer.
Tom actually lives closer to us than Chatham.
Yes. I'm just above Eden for those of y'all that know the area.
Well, it's kind of amazing that he's got some of you complain about having a 20 or 30-minute drive to school.
40-minute drive for me.
You have 40.
Yep.
Triple
40 won't get Tom halfway to work.
Yep, 2 hours each way, but oh well.
I'd still prefer it than DCC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's the next service here. So.
And I'm on the far end.
All right, let's in the way of introduction a little bit. You've got 3 folks in your area there, Tom. Do any of those folks have any experience with pesticides of any type?
You gotta be vocal, Ryan. Ryan raised his hand, and now he's smiling.
Yeah, I had my applicator license,
You do?
ag class.
Okay, out of ag class at what school?
I got it through Nottaway.
Okay, not away, all right. Well, you probably got a heads up on this. We may use you as a supplemental instructor. Do you use your applicator's license?
Well, I was working for a grain farmer and I used it a lot, but now I don't. I'm working for a cattle farm now, so I don't use it at all anymore.
Okay. All right, you got a private applicator's license?
Sir?
You private applicator?
Private? Yes, sir.
Okay. And you stated you were using it while you were working for a grain farmer?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware you were in violation of law?
No.
This is one of the, and I'm picking on you a little bit, but one of the details that we'll talk about, a private applicator's license gives you the right and privilege to apply pesticides, restricted use pesticides on crops that you grow, on land that you lease, and not for hire or not for exchange. So if you were, in theory, using that license and being hired by someone, that technically would be a violation. Now, if he had a commercial applicator's license and we're considering you as a technician, it would be okay. But we'll go into some of those details, and I'm not doing that to scare you or terrify you. That's just one of the technicalities that we'll bring out as we move through the semester. What about the other two folks? You used any pesticides?
I have used 7 and 7, or the 7 and 7, just you put it out and it kills 7 different types of bugs just around the house.
I didn't hear all that very well. Try again.
She's not licensed, but she's used some
Okay.
lawn and yard pesticides to kill bugs around the house. If you
Okay.
don't kill anything. Okay.
Right.
Jonathan's like, yeah, but yes. I think we've all done Roundup, that doesn't really count.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and as we talk about that, you bring up, the point of the products that you are enabled to purchase. And that's one of the things that we talk about. The difference in the pesticide license changes what you can buy and what you can use. So,
Just, you can raise your hand today and start speaking.
I have a question.
okay?
So excuse me, the private applicator's license, you can, how do you get that? You can go online and take a test on a website? Is that?
We will do it, or facilitate you gaining access to that. But most of the time, what we've done, it is done in a proctored test. I'll either have the lady from our local extension agency come and do the test for us, or she will grant me the privilege of presenting the test to our folks here. And what we'll do, we'll make arrangements, Tom will, with your local extension agent, or they will come and do it. And it's a paper test that you'll do. You'll read the test and then put it on a little Scantron card that will read the answers. And it has to be done for a proctor test in a classroom, and then the test scorecard is sent to the Department of Agriculture for the state, and they'll score it and then present you or mail you your license.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good question. And that's, we'll talk about all that as we move along through the semester. We're a little bit handicapped today without the video. It kind of nixes part of what I had intended to do, but that's not unusual. We deal with that. So we did have Miss Rachel Patterson arrive. She has recovered from her 21st birthday party, which she had on Friday. No, I know that, did you? Huh? You didn't think I knew? How do you think I knew that you had 21st birthday on Friday? I heard on the radio. Did you really? I did. She didn't win the cake, so that's okay. No, I'm picking.
You heard the noise from your farm.
Yeah. Just picking on Rachel. She's always so talkative, I have to do something to harass her a little bit. But I don't know what else we really want to do without the access to the video. What we'll do on Wednesday is we're going to jump right in on the first chapter, and we're going to spend some time talking about terminology. And a lot of that covers exactly what we've been talking about today with the different categories of pesticide applicators. And they are very well defined by the state. And each state has their own licensing process. Virginia has one, North Carolina has one. And in some situations, they are reciprocal. In other words, North Carolina will honor Virginia's license and Virginia will honor North Carolina's. So,
Is it generally that you can't use one license in another state though?
It depends. I'm going to use Dwayne's standard response to that. Depends. For a private applicator, at one time we were managing orchards in Virginia and in North Carolina, and my Virginia license was good in North Carolina. I can go to North Carolina and buy restricted use materials with my Virginia license. So in Virginia, Carolina, it does. Now, there's some other states that may not be that way. I don't think I could go to California with my Virginia license and purchase product there. California is extremely strict on their pesticide. As a lot of their environmental regulations are above and beyond what we have here in Virginia. So that's why I said it depends. You probably have to just look at it on a case-by-case basis. Okay. But we'll just, unless any of you have any other questions about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it.
I may have been out of the room while you talked about it. Did you talk to them about assignment load? What kind of assignments they were going to be doing?
Most of it's going to be in class. That's why I recommend that you show up for class. We don't have a lot of homework in here. A lot of it's just general discussion that we'll have amongst ourselves to try to facilitate your understanding of the terminology and what we're doing. And I'll gain access to the PowerPoints and so forth from Virginia Tech, and we'll use that as we follow through because it's patterned after this core manual that we use. So Dr. Weaver and Pat Hipkins do a real good job providing that content, and I've been fortunate enough to use it. I have a good relationship with those folks, and they like for us to benefit from that. So, like I say, as long as you attend class, I think you'll be good, because we're going to talk specifically about a lot of this stuff, and the way that we will discuss it, I hope it will be presented in a manner in which you'll retain it. It'll make it a lot easier for you to do. So, does that answer your question, Tom? I don't.
That answered that part, but for the online students, who will be listening to these recordings, is that how you can do this? Like
Yeah.
Make them listen?
Yeah. I haven't done the online component before. So we may have to. I may have to tailor a little more stuff for them, and I may beg you to help me if I need to do something additional. And in years past, we haven't been able to save the content on what we come from Virginia Tech. So that may be a liability. I don't know. I may have to work up some way to do that so they'll be able to gain that. I don't know.
Okay.
Because it's a streaming deal that we've been able to download from them, and I don't know whether that will carry forward in our recording or not. Is the recording just going to be video? I mean, audio? Is it going to be some video?
My plan is to do video too. Right now,
Okay. Well, if we have access to the video component of it, I think it'll probably transmit, and we'll be all right.
It should.
Yeah.
Right now, the video is just the eclipse a few hours early.
Yeah, that's right. But I've got an email into Dr. Weaver, and I should be able to gain access to that new system sometime today or tomorrow. If not, we'll have to drop back and punt, but totally change things. Otherwise, that covers about what I want to do today, just trying to get up and started, and so you'll understand what's going on. We'll spend a few minutes on Wednesday if we get the introduction. And for the online folks, I'll try to set up something on Blackboard so that you can at least present an introduction for yourself, so you'll be able to do that, so we'll know who's who and what's what. Okay, any other questions? Okay, Tom, I'll shut this down, so maybe you can do whatever you need to, try to get that repaired.
Yeah, I guess I'll just connect it from my end, and then I'll have Linda in here in a few minutes, and I can get it built
Okay,
just before lunch. We'll pound it.
that'll work.
Okay. Who's your IT person that you need to contact?
I didn't hear that.
Who is your IT person that you would need to talk to?
Oh,
Who handles this kind of stuff for y'all?
start with Eric Arrington. He's the head of that, and he may pass it off to somebody else, but Eric Arrington is in charge of it. He's sort of the lead on that for us.
Okay.
They've had some turnover and change in other folks, so, but Eric, if he doesn't do it, he'll know who to steer it to. Okay?
Okay.
We've lost so many people in the last year, it's hard to keep up with who's what.
Yeah, we've had some of that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
We'll see everybody Wednesday, hopefully.
Yes. Hopefully seeing being the thing.
That's what I meant. Thank you.